Most dangerous game show. We're basically Valentine's Day. We're all about lovers. We're all about blind dates. Blind Date, the television show. Remember that dating show? Remember that dating show? That's basically this. That's what we're doing right now. This is the most dangerous date you're ever gonna be on, my friend, because you might get strangled to death. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the biggest, baddest show on the block. This is the most dangerous game show, Blind Date Edition, and we are back with our next contestant. Let's bring her out. Female contestant.
Lovely female contestant who I'm told is a high blue belt, maybe purple.
She looks super happy to be here.
What do you want to get out of being here on the most excellent game show that's ever existed?
True love.
Good luck with that.
True love. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from our female contestants. Let's bring out suitor number one.
This guy looks like maybe a bit of a European type creepo.
Suitor number one, if you win female contestant's heart, what will you do with it?
We will drive off on my bike into the sunset and have a really good time.
You can't trust a man who smiles like that.
Man, that sounds sexy. And now, let's bring out contestant number two.
This guy's a legendary player hater in Phuket. We've all seen him. We've all dealt with his antics.
There's so many choices this man made this morning that I fundamentally don't agree with.
I hear he's into what they refer to over here as ice.
What are you gonna do if you win the grand prize?
I'm going to take her out on a date to McDonald's on half-price night.
That sounds baller.
I'm not sure that's actually a handlebar mustache. It looks like it may be more of an infection.
And now, suitor number three.
Oh, look at this nice guy. He's European too, but not the sort of dirtbag Eastern variety like the other guy.
Suitor number three, I'll ask you the same question. If you win your challenger's heart, what are you gonna do with it?
I'll treat it like a small, dark puppy dog.
That's strange. That's strange. But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Nice and gentle.
And now, let's get over to our questions with female contestants.
Number one, if we were out on a date at a nightclub and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson walks over and grabs me in an inappropriate place and refuses to let go, what would you do?
Fantastic question from our female contestant. What would you do if he grabbed her in an inappropriate way, like bowling balled her or something like that?
I would jump on his head, poke his eyes out, then choke him, and then we would join the sunset on the cliffs by the Andaman Sea in Thailand.
He's not lying. He's not lying at all.
I like that. I like what he's doing. Suitor.
Absolute sack of shit. This is probably Phuket's biggest sack of shit.
And she was grabbed by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in some sort of shocker-like position.
Man, I would beat the shit out of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's a big-ass bitch.
Suitor number two. Suitor number three. What would you do? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes in on the date, you're with her, and grabs her by the fanny.
Well, I'd probably think he's probably had a long, hard day. There's two sides to every story, and no physical altercation is resolved through dialogue, so we'll just talk it out, and it'll be all fine.
Quite different answers from our three suitors.
If I was spending the night at your house, and while lying in bed, we hear the unmistakable sound of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson breaking into the house, what would you do?
Ain't that the question we've all had? Am I right? When you're growing up in those teenage years, everybody, we can all relate to having that question. Suitor number one, what do you do?
I would still go with my favorite. I love choking.
If this guy hasn't murdered someone already in his life, he will at some point. Just a sketchy looking dude.
Everything choking, even when it comes to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, B&E, downstairs, what do you do?
I would pimp slap the shit out of him with my samurai sword, and I would get him to pay my bills because I don't really have money to pay my bills right now.
And again, so that would really kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, suitor number two, I would suggest like sell his plasma for some money, but his blood's basically flammable.
And suitor number three, you hear what The Rock is cooking. B&E, what do you do?
Well, if the upstairs window's open, I'll probably jump out. There's not much in my house of value, to be honest, so I'll probably jump out, and then she can come and follow me. I can try and catch her, but there's no guarantees.
At least he was honest.
She might land on her big fat ass, something like that. You know what I mean? It happens. It always happens. Ask your final question, Nutso.
If we were on a plane together and all of a sudden the oxygen mask dropped down and the plane starts diving and we look outside the window and on the wing we see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson holding the only parachute, what would you do?
I honestly think that's probably the best question I've ever heard. So again, suitor number one, what do you think you're gonna do?
It's quite simple, really. I would put on the mask and enjoy the ride.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this guy on Thailand's Most Wanted.
Enjoy the ride down. Give me a ticket to hell. I'll go in a handbasket. Suitor number two, same question goes for you. What do you got up your sleeve?
I'll probably pimp slap him with my samurai sword and crash the plane in Singapore in some place where they had half-price mojitos on the beach. And then I would hold on to my girl with my strong pimp hand.
Woo!
Can you tell that I'm out of breath?
Was that Ric Flair?
Wow, that was the worst Ric Flair woo I've ever heard. That was crazy bad. Suitor number three, what do you got up your sleeve?
Well, I'd probably just assume the crash position, kiss my own ass, and then hope for the best, because air travel is the safest form of travel we know, so it'll be fine.
Wow, again, I applaud you on your confidence in everything. You're a real wildcat. And I hope that you may win the love of our female contestant. Now let's go over and see whose W comes true here at the Most Dangerous Game Show Blind Date Edition. You heard from Suitor 1, Suitor 2, and Suitor 3. Can we have your deliberation?
I pick suitor number 3.
Suitor number 3 with the win here at the dating game, this special one here on the Most Dangerous Game Show.
I can't even argue with that decision. I guess if you're a father-in-law and someone's got to be with your beautiful daughter, you'd want this kind of pussy.
Blind Date Edition has come to an end. Oh wait, no it hasn't. Our lovebirds still have to go on their fantastic date. Female contestant and suitor number 3 have won the date of a lifetime down in Phuket, Thailand, the Pearl of the Andaman, where they will also fight in submission grappling in a Toyota 4Runner.
Wait, what? Whoa. Get out of town. John Henry, what are we doing here? Oh!
We don't have any happy endings here. Here's a Toyota 4Runner and some Car-Jitsu.
No eye gouging.
No fish hooks. No bowling balls.
Bowling
you understand the rules?
All right, John Henry's going to call the action from the sunroof.
Man, 1, 2, 3, fight!
This car looks very unclean, but I am all for this. Let's go. We got full-on grappling in an SUV. And this creep's getting right at it. This is kind of sketchy looking.
He seems a little too happy to be in this scenario. And female contestant is ready for him there.
Did we do a background check on this guy?
She's looking for some arm drags there. And she goes for one. The driver's seat gets right in the way of her being able to take the back. Pushes him right up against the back seat there.
Looks like she's going for the seat belt.
It's got a, would that be mount?
Whatever it is, it's hot. This is great. That's quite an expression. That's a man who realized what he just got himself into.
This is a little sketchy. Oh, she's going for the seatbelt.
Unreal.
Wrapping it around his neck.
That's fully legal. I discussed this with the rules committee. Seatbelt's in play. She's got the seatbelt. She's trying to carradine him. John Henry keeping a close eye on the action.
She stays on top. Tries to push his elbow down. Tries to trap his elbow, but she has the seatbelt wrapped around his head in her hand. She's trying to wrap it even further around his neck, really trying to get a choke going, but he's able to defend just enough while I guess she's in the straddle position.
Whoa.
This is really intense right now.
This is amazing. I could watch this all day. This is almost not even appropriate.
She's going after his neck, but he's just able to use his limbs, his arms to tangle that seatbelt up.
He looks stressed. He looks horrified. He looks like he's been overmatched. And she's still trying to choke him out with the seatbelt. Incredible. We're going to have to come up with all kind of new names for these submission moves.
He had the forearm in the neck,
JD Power Associates #1, 3 years running for Jiu-Jitsu in a car.
Not since John Danaher's leg lock game has Jiu-Jitsu evolved this quickly. Female contestant puts her head under the chin. Really uncomfortable position she's putting him in now. They're both getting on top of the seat now. She's still on top in what I would guess is sort of a modified mount position because of the back seat there. Oh, she goes for the for the choke. She's going for the choke. For a rear naked choke there, but she doesn't have the back. He's kind of on the side there.
Yeah, it's the early rounds with the all-leather interior, you still got good grip, but it tends to get a little slick once there's perspiration all over the back seat of this car.
She puts his head right near the
Choke
mold.
his ass with the seatbelt.
The safety rating on this Toyota must be insane. Our referee is allowing the seatbelt to really kind of choke him. She's going for the back now. It's a little tough to get there. He's got his side, but she's wedging herself behind him just enough to kind of get that arm around his neck. But he's defending. He's not having a good time at all. Oh, she's got one strong hook in there. This must be really, really a strategic battle here if you're a female contestant. Oh, it kind of slams her right against the back seat or up against the paneling.
Unless he's a foot fetishist, that's got to be uncomfortable. This is going to be one of the top 3 weirdest boners I've ever had. He's fighting dirty now. Bouncing her off the car. Oh, he looks fucking pissed. Uh-oh.
Armbar. She's going for an armbar. Nice Kimura grip there for a second.
Male contestant's in trouble.
Gets that leg over.
Now it's starting to look like prom night.
Oh, he's stacking her. Oh, he's out from danger. And now he's in the guard.
Oh, seatbelt back into play. Male contestant has a seatbelt now. Jamming the buckle in her face. Ref, is that allowed? That's insane. He's got the buckle. He looks like he's trying to put it in her mouth. I don't know how that's. Uh-oh.
Whoa, beautiful transition to the triangle. She saw that opening, and she's pulling his head down, and now she's going to try to lock it around him. There, she's got the lock in.
He's done. This is nuts. He's going out.
He looks like he's going out.
Ref, get in there. He's going out. Bye-bye.
Oh!
It's John Henry. Dives through the sunroof to save male contestant.
That's commitment.
Can we bring her back? She's super hot. And a talented fighter, don't get me wrong. I'm sure this guy's dreamt of trying to overpower a woman in the back of a car, and I bet he didn't think it was going to go like this.
At 45 seconds left, we had a triangle submission by female contestant.
Female contestant with her hand raised at the end of our first ever intergender Car-Jitsu match. She's able to overpower her opponent really quickly with a triangle choke, even off her back inside of a forward escape. If we don't get arrested during the commercial break, we'll be right back.
Fight fans and party people, if you enjoyed that, enjoy more Full Metal content and hit the subscribe button. Do it.